y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and today I have a plan with me process. I am working in the second week of December, December 6th through the 12th. This is my classic catch-all planner for my family schedule, and I'm planning on using Christmas Noel, the new book from the Happy Planner, and I have some different washi tapes pulled out that I think kind of coordinate with the book, so I'm excited to try to use those. So I will definitely link everything that I end up using down below. Otherwise, I'll put you guys on fast forward. Let's go. All right, so I'm going to take the pages out so I can work a little bit more easily. And like I said, I pulled out several different washi tapes from my stash. And with those washi tapes, I want to create a border here at the bottom because I'm wanting to do a kind of a scene at the bottom, not a super like intricate scene, but just something that just adds a little character to the bottom. So what I'm going to do is line up these washi tapes together, and they're kind of a different combination with the mint, a brighter red, a pink, and then black and white spotty dots. So not always your classic Christmas combination, but I think that's what makes some of the Happy Planner sticker books a lot of fun because they tend to throw in colors or tones that are a little bit more unexpected, which I like. And I think it's pretty easy. I decorate my house in a very traditional color palette for Christmas, the reds and the greens and lots of buffalo plaid. And then my craft room is in some bright jewel tones because I want it to be bright and match my craft supplies. I think it's fun to change up the color palette of Christmas and not always do the same, and just be able to jump around and do what kind of inspires you. So on this one, I'm going to use this kind of pinkish color palette, and I like that all of these particular washi tapes have different patterns on them, but they're pretty subtle, which is fun. With the black and white spotty dot, I'm going to tear it in half just to add a little bit of texture at the top, and because it was also a little bit thick. So I'm going to spread it out and then very carefully tear it in half. It gets a little bit it's hard when it's a long piece of washi tape that you're tearing, but I didn't want to waste the washi tape, so I wanted to get one that was long enough for the right side of the spread, but that I could cut down to fit on the left side of the spread, if that makes sense. So this is kind of setting the color palette for the page. I held them up and tested them against this sticker book so that I knew that they would match, and it'll set the tone for the whole page, and then I'll start working on the scene. And I found that in these seasonal spreads, I kind of work out of order. So normally I do all the functional things first, and then I layer on decorative pieces. And when I'm doing some seasonal spreads, I tend to do decorative things first, and I still need these to be super functional. I still have a lot going on. All my kids, if you haven't been here before, they all do sports, and so we have 3 kids with 3 different sports going on. December the 6th happens to be my 13th wedding anniversary with my husband, and so we'll be celebrating that in between driving children to all the things and Cub Scout meetings and Girl Scout meetings and the life of a busy family during the Christmas season. So on the bottom here, I want to do a scene with all of these little cars because I think that they are super, super cute. Because so many of the cars have Christmas trees strapped to them, I decided that I would do kind of a Christmas tree farm feel. And so it's like all of these cars are going to pick up their Christmas trees. So I'm going to pick up this present sticker that I put down, and then I'm going to start layering in some different Christmas trees as if they're all grouped together. You know, whether you go to a Christmas tree farm or you go to a local place or you just pull yours out of the garage like I do because it's an artificial tree. I think it's always fun putting up the Christmas tree. It's like the official start of the holiday season once the Christmas tree goes up, at least for our family. So I'm going to have this little cluster of trees over here on the right, including this big pink one that's already decorated to the nines. I think that is so cute. I don't usually use a lot of whiteout, but I am going to put it in at just a few places just so it doesn't break up the scene too much. I didn't put it behind one of the trees, but that's okay. It doesn't bother me. Usually the lines don't really bother me, but if I have the whiteout on hand, I will use it in especially scenes. one more because I needed an odd number of trees. I couldn't just end with 4 trees. So I'm going to add this 5th one right here. So there's my little Christmas tree farm. And now I can finish with the cars that are going to be headed to the Christmas tree farm. I'm having a little trouble with the clear stickers. I feel like in the newest release, the clear stickers are like super on there. So I've had a little bit of issue getting them off. All right, a little bit more white out and then starting to work with my cars. I had to be careful of the colors and making sure all the sizes were different. It was a little bit tricky to make sure you had all of the variations of the cars, but this came out super cute. They totally look like they're going to visit this little Christmas tree farm. I think it is absolutely adorable. Once I finish with my little scene, then I kind of go back to my normal order, which would be starting with the sidebar over on the left. So on the left-hand side, I usually like to keep some sort of long sticker because I like to have a kind of running to-do list for the week. And then I have my tasks over there and then I assign them to specific days as the week goes. And so I decided to choose this one. It says the official nice list. I probably won't use it for like the nice list, but it'll just be my task list for the week. And adding a little whiteout over here so things don't pop out from behind the sticker. So I'll put that at the bottom and then I'll wait and probably do something different at the top. There's still some space. And now it's time for some functions. So I need some boxes. At the top of these vertical spreads is where I keep our family schedule, all of the practices and rehearsals and things that are going on, appointments. Sometimes I do a lot of different boxes. Sometimes I do large boxes and then just write in them all of the different things. So this time I really love these particular large boxes. So I'm just going to use them. And I actually put them centered on the vertical box, which if you've been following me, normally I do them askew just because it's so hard to me to like get them lined up perfectly that I just tend to do it a little bit off just so it's easy. On the in-between days, I have these, I think they're probably monthly boxes. I'm not sure, but I think that they're super cute. So I'm going to do those kind of off center and turn where the color is going, where the shadow is, just to add some interest. And that gives me tons of room to write all kinds of things in the top for all of the schedules that we have going on. And then underneath there is where I like to keep our task lists or to-do lists or things that need to get done that day. Sometimes if I have a lot going on as far as appointments, that goes down into that task list area as well. But I'm going to do a grid. So I found these really cute kind of striped boxes. They each say notes, but I'm going to cover the note up with a little ornament that says to do, because that's really what it's supposed to be for me, is a little running to-do list. So I have that on each day, making sure that ornament is straight, and then I'll choose a different dark blue ornament over here on the right side. And then I'm just going to use some checklist stickers that I had seen earlier in the book to keep it really simple. So it was definitely following a pattern this time, but that helped the spread come together really easily. You don't have to overthink it and always create all of these like amazing clusters. And the point is that it's supposed to be functional. It's supposed to be fun to put together. I would say that this spread took me probably about 20 minutes to do from start to finish, which is pretty good. So, and then I can just sit and fill it out and enjoy that too. So I get the enjoyment of the stickers, but it's not going to take me all morning to get done. Once I add in those checklists, almost all the functional stuff is done. I'm going to add a few holly pieces here and there just to add a little bit of extra decoration. And then I'm trying to figure out how I want to do tasks on Saturday and Sunday. I usually don't have a long to-do list because I work during the week to try to get it done so I can rest on the weekends. So I'll just include a couple of boxes that say to do so I can list a task or two on those particular days, trying to make sure that this is straight. And I'll layer this one over it. Instead of having it side by side, we'll go ahead and do a layer. And that also leaves me a little space above the box to write if I want to. It's a little bit crooked, so that bugs me. And I usually, if it doesn't bug me, I won't mess with it. But that one bugged me because I do have a lot of boxes in this particular spread. The last thing I'm going to do is pull out last year's Christmas sticker book, and I'll link it if it's still available because I needed some quotes and I didn't see any good quotes in this year's Christmas sticker book. So I have this Christmas tree and then good tidings, and then this spread will be done. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider hitting that subscribe button as well as the bell notification button. I will link the supplies that I ended up using down below so that you can check those out if you are interested. I want to give a huge shout out to my Scrappy YouTube members. Thank you so much for all of your support, and I hope that you all are having a great start to your holiday season. I hope you have a fabulous week, and as always, keep it creative.